Sincerely, Leonardo? You whispered the name quietly as you sat on the edge of the couch. You covered your mouth and you could feel your heart beating wildly in your chest. Leonardo, the charming, strong, skilled, kind leader, had feelings for you? You held the note to your chest as you flopped on the couch. You groaned silently, not exactly sure what to do. Of course, you felt the same way, but you didn't really know how to approach these feelings. The sound of footsteps walking down the stairs snapped you out of your thought, and you quickly moved the note under your pillow. Grabbing the book you had brought with you, you made yourself look busy reading it. Looking above the pages to see who would be coming downstairs. Of course, it was Leo. He was still wearing his mask, but instead of all his usual gear, he had on a pair of blue pale pyjama pants. "Hey, Leo," he said shyly. He jumped a little bit and looked at you quietly and stuttered a bit, a million things running through his mind. "Okay," I said the note on top of her pillow, and now she's on the couch on the pillow, and the note is nowhere inside, so either she read it or... Leo? It looked like he blacked out a little bit when he saw you. Did he know that you already read this note? Sorry, I was about to make some tea. Would you like some too? He asked. You smiled and closed your book and stood up, trying not to look as nervous as you feel. You nodded your head and headed towards the kitchen with Leo. Thankfully, Leo made sure to bring his tea and you brought your electric kettle. He filled it up with water and plugged it in. You both waited for the water to boil in awkward silence. You glanced up at him and saw him looking down at you. Each of you ended up looking quickly away. You gulped and blushed. Oh God, he knows. He knows that I read that letter. I have to say something. You thought frantically to yourself. You slowly looked up at him and saw him looking at a blank wall in front of him, stiff as a board. He was waiting for you to say something. Anything. Leo? He said quietly. He looked down at you with the soft blue eyes and a hopeful smile. Yes? He responded. He shifted a little and pulled up in nervousness. He took a deep breath before continuing. I read your note, he said. He held his breath and watched you closely, unable to tell if you were returning his feelings or rejecting him. His heart started to beat faster once you looked up at him with a deep blush and a goofy smile. Leo knew what that meant and felt himself smile as well. Leo, that was incredibly romantic. You have such a way with words. That's one of the things I love about you. You told him. You didn't know where all this courage was coming from. Perhaps it was because you were already in the moment. You love me? You love me back? Leo couldn't believe it. Honestly, he was prepared for the night to take such a different turn. He had this whole thing that he was planning to say for when you turned him down. He was going to say how he just needed to get his feelings off his chest so he could focus on training better. But you accepted him and returned his feelings. He didn't plan on that. At all. So he had no idea what to say. He opened and closed his mouth a few times until you finally just kissed him right there. Once you two broke apart, you finally responded. Of course I do, Leo. I have for a long time. You looked up at him shyly with a deep blush, and he suddenly couldn't help but blush too. His eyes widened and a grin spread across his face. He couldn't resist the urge to pick you up in his strong arms to place kisses all over your face and finally back to your lips. He moaned happily in the kiss as he did then put you back down. You rubbed your nose on his cutely when the kettle started to really boil. He poured the boiling water over the tea bags, sat in the couch and handed yours to you, and as he held his. So, are we? He asked a little hesitantly. This was his first relationship and he was still figuring out what to do. He smiled when you giggled and looked up at him. Yeah, we are. Your heart seemed to skip a beat when you said this, as did his. He put his arm around your shoulders and pulled you close to him. He held out his mug to yours, almost like a toast. To new beginnings? He asked with a cheeky smile. You smiled and lightly tapped your mug to his. To new beginnings.